Have you ever wondered why two people can eat the exact same breakfast, yet one feels energized for hours while the other is exhausted, hungry again by 10 a.m., and craving something sweet? The answer isn't just sugar. It's what that sugar is doing inside your body every single day. Here's the scary part. Millions of people are slowly developing insulin resistance without realizing it. They don't have diabetes yet. Their blood tests may even look normal, but their bodies are already sending warning signs: constant fatigue, stubborn belly fat, brain fog, cravings that never seem to go away, and energy crashes that feel completely random. Today, I'm going to show you 3 simple drinks that research suggests may support healthier blood sugar control when combined with good nutrition and healthy lifestyle habits. They're inexpensive, easy to make, and probably use ingredients you already have at home. But don't skip ahead, because the 3rd drink surprised me the most when I started reading the research behind it, and it works very differently from the first 2. Before we begin, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. If you enjoy evidence-based health content explained in a simple way, take a second to subscribe, because every week we break down complicated medical topics into practical advice you can actually use in everyday life. And one more thing, I genuinely read your comments. If you're struggling with high blood sugar, prediabetes, weight loss, cholesterol, or any other health-related question, leave a comment below. I can't promise I can reply to everyone, but I do read them, and many of my future videos are inspired by your questions. This community grows because of your experiences, so don't be shy. Join the conversation. Now let's talk about something most people never think about. Imagine your bloodstream as a busy highway. Every time you eat bread, rice, pasta, desserts, sugary drinks, or even some foods marketed as healthy, tiny glucose molecules enter that highway. Your body doesn't see them as good or bad. It simply sees them as fuel. To move that fuel into your muscles and organs, your pancreas releases a hormone called insulin. Think of insulin as a key. It unlocks your cells so glucose can enter and be used for energy. It's an elegant system, when everything works the way it's supposed to. The problem begins when this process happens over and over again, day after day, year after year. Modern diets are filled with highly processed foods that digest incredibly fast. Sweetened coffee drinks, breakfast cereals, pastries, flavored yogurt, soda, candy, chips, even many foods labeled low-fat contain surprising amounts of added sugar or refined starch. Every spike forces your body to produce more insulin. Eventually, your cells stop responding as efficiently. It's almost like someone knocking on your front door so many times that eventually you stop answering immediately. This is called insulin resistance, and it's one of the biggest drivers behind type 2 diabetes. But here's what many people don't realize. Long before diabetes develops, your body usually whispers before it starts screaming. Maybe you feel sleepy after lunch every day. Maybe you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep. Maybe your waistline keeps growing even though you don't think you're eating much more than before. Maybe you find yourself opening the pantry every evening looking for cookies, chocolate, or chips, even though you promised yourself you wouldn't. Those aren't simply failures of willpower. In many cases, they're signs that your blood sugar regulation isn't working as efficiently as it used to. And this is where people often make a huge mistake. They search for one miracle supplement, one magical tea, or one secret ingredient that promises to fix everything overnight. Unfortunately, that's not how the human body works. Your metabolism doesn't change because of one perfect decision. It changes because of hundreds of small decisions repeated consistently over weeks and months. That's actually good news, because it means you don't need to be perfect. You just need to become more consistent. Before I share the first drink, I want you to understand something incredibly important. No drink, not even the ones we'll discuss today, can erase the effects of an unhealthy lifestyle. If someone drinks sugary soda all day, sleeps 5 hours every night, never exercises, and eats mostly ultra-processed food, no natural remedy is going to cancel that out. But when simple habits are combined with better nutrition, regular movement, quality sleep, and guidance from your healthcare professional, they may provide meaningful support for healthier blood sugar management. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain not only what these drinks are, but why researchers became interested in them, how to prepare them correctly, when to drink them, the mistakes that reduce their potential benefits, and who should avoid them altogether. Because timing, consistency, and safety matter just as much as the ingredients themselves. So before we move to the first drink, I want you to answer one question honestly. Which is harder for you? Controlling your cravings or controlling your portions? Think about that for a moment. Your answer may reveal more about your blood sugar than you realize. Keep that answer in your mind, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why it matters, and you'll have a practical plan you can actually start using. Now that you understand what blood sugar is actually doing inside your body, let's talk about the first drink. And I want you to forget almost everything you've heard on social media. One of the biggest problems with health advice online is that people focus on the ingredient but completely ignore the details that actually matter. The type of ingredient, the amount, the timing, and your overall lifestyle all play a role. That's why two people can try the same drink and have completely different experiences. The first drink is warm water with fresh lemon and a small amount of Ceylon cinnamon. Notice I said Ceylon cinnamon, not just cinnamon. Most grocery stores sell cassia cinnamon because it's cheaper and more widely available. While both come from related trees, they are not exactly the same. Ceylon cinnamon contains much lower amounts of a natural compound called coumarin, which can become a concern if large amounts of cassia cinnamon are consumed regularly over a long period. That's one reason many researchers prefer using Ceylon cinnamon when studying its potential health benefits. So why has cinnamon attracted so much scientific attention? Researchers believe that certain natural compounds found in cinnamon may help improve the way the body responds to insulin. Instead of allowing glucose to remain in the bloodstream for longer than necessary, these compounds may support the normal movement of glucose into cells where it can be used for energy. This doesn't mean cinnamon replaces medication, and it certainly isn't a cure for diabetes. But when combined with healthy eating habits, it may become one small piece of a much bigger picture. Lemon plays a different role. Most people think lemon is helpful simply because it contains vitamin C, but that's only part of the story. Lemon also contains plant compounds and soluble fiber, especially when some of the pulp is included, that may help slow digestion slightly as part of an overall balanced diet. A slower digestive process can contribute to a more gradual rise in blood sugar after meals, rather than a sharp spike followed by a sudden crash. Here's how to prepare it. Fill a glass with warm, not boiling water. Squeeze in the juice of about half a fresh lemon. Then add roughly 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon and stir well. Drink it slowly instead of rushing through it in just a few seconds. There's no magic in drinking it quickly. In fact, slowing down and staying hydrated first thing in the morning can become a healthy habit on its own. Timing also matters. Many people prefer drinking it before breakfast because it's easy to build into a morning routine. But remember, consistency is much more important than chasing the perfect minute on the clock. A healthy habit you follow every day is usually more valuable than a perfect habit you only follow once in a while. Now, let's clear up a myth that has spread across the internet. You've probably seen videos claiming that cinnamon melts belly fat or flushes sugar out of your body overnight. That's simply not how human biology works. Belly fat develops for many reasons, including genetics, physical activity, sleep quality, stress, hormones, and overall calorie balance. No single drink can target fat in one specific area. If someone promises otherwise, be skeptical. Think about it this way. Imagine you're trying to improve your financial situation. Saving $10 one time won't make you wealthy, but saving a little every week for years can completely change your future. Healthy habits work the same way. Small improvements repeated consistently often produce far bigger results than dramatic changes that only last a few days. This brings us to another habit that many people completely overlook. What you eat with your meals often matters just as much as what you drink before them. A breakfast filled with sugary cereal, pastries, or sweet coffee drinks may cause a much larger glucose spike than a breakfast that includes protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Something as simple as adding eggs, plain Greek yogurt, nuts, or oatmeal with seeds can help you feel satisfied longer and reduce the urge to snack before lunch. And here's an interesting question. Have you ever noticed that after eating a large bowl of pasta, white rice, or a fast food meal, you feel sleepy about an hour later? Many people assume they're just tired, but sometimes that overwhelming urge to nap is linked to the way your body responds to a rapid rise and then a fall in blood sugar. It doesn't happen to everyone, but if it happens to you regularly, it's worth paying attention to. Before moving on to the second drink, I want to give you a simple challenge. Tomorrow morning, don't change 10 different things. Just change one. Replace one sugary breakfast habit with a healthier choice. Pair that breakfast with this warm lemon and Ceylon cinnamon drink if it's appropriate for you. And simply observe how you feel over the next 2 weeks. Notice your energy. Notice your cravings. Notice whether you're reaching for snacks as often as before. Real progress usually begins with observation, not perfection. Because in just a moment, we're going to talk about the second drink. Unlike the first one, this isn't taken first thing in the morning. It's used before one specific meal, and researchers have been studying it for years because of the unique way it may influence digestion and post-meal blood sugar levels. The science behind it is fascinating, and one small mistake in how people use it can completely eliminate its potential benefits. Now let's move to the second drink. This is probably the one that has received the most attention from researchers over the years, and unlike many trends you see online, it has actually been studied in controlled clinical trials. The drink is simple: raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar mixed with water. The key words here are mixed with water. Please don't drink it straight. It's highly acidic, and over time it can irritate your throat and gradually wear down your tooth enamel. So why are scientists interested in apple cider vinegar? The answer has less to do with burning sugar and more to do with digestion. Research suggests that the acetic acid in vinegar may slow the rate at which the stomach empties after a meal. That means carbohydrates can enter the bloodstream more gradually instead of all at once. A slower rise in blood sugar is often easier for the body to manage than one large spike. Another reason researchers continue studying vinegar is because it may influence the way certain digestive enzymes break down carbohydrates. Again, this doesn't mean carbohydrates become unhealthy overnight or that vinegar blocks calories. It simply means your body may process some carbohydrates a little more gradually, which could contribute to a smaller rise in blood sugar after eating in some people. Here's the practical way to use it. About 15 to 20 minutes before your largest meal of the day, mix 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar into a large glass of water. Drink it slowly. Never think that doubling the amount will double the benefit. More is not better. In health, the right amount is usually better than the biggest amount. After drinking it, rinse your mouth with plain water. That's a simple habit that may help protect your teeth from prolonged exposure to acidity. If you have a history of acid reflux, stomach ulcers, or digestive conditions, talk with your healthcare professional before making it part of your routine, because it isn't the right choice for everyone. But here's something that may surprise you even more than the vinegar itself. Imagine 2 people eating exactly the same dinner. One person finishes eating and immediately sits on the couch to watch television for the next 3 hours. The other person simply goes for a relaxed 10 or 15-minute walk around the neighborhood. That short walk may help the muscles use glucose more efficiently, reducing the size of the blood sugar rise after the meal. No expensive equipment, no gym membership, just movement. Sometimes the simplest habits are also the most powerful, and that leads perfectly into the third drink, the one many people have never tried before: fenugreek seed water. For centuries, fenugreek has been used in traditional cooking and herbal practices across parts of Asia, the Middle East, and North Africa. In more recent years, researchers have also explored whether compounds in fenugreek might support blood sugar management. Fenugreek seeds are naturally rich in soluble fiber. When soaked, they release compounds that form a gel-like texture. This may slow the absorption of carbohydrates during digestion, helping create a steadier release of glucose into the bloodstream instead of a rapid surge. Some studies have also suggested that fenugreek may support insulin function, although more research is still needed to fully understand all of its effects. Preparing it is simple. Before going to bed, place 1 tablespoon of whole fenugreek seeds into a glass of water and leave them to soak overnight. In the morning, strain the seeds and drink the water before breakfast. Some people also choose to eat the softened seeds, but if you're new to fenugreek, start slowly and pay attention to how your body responds. I'll be honest with you, the taste isn't amazing. It's slightly bitter with a unique earthy flavor. The first time you drink it, you may wonder why anyone would choose this over coffee or orange juice. But remember, health isn't always about chasing the most delicious option. Sometimes it's about choosing the habit that serves your future self. Now I want to share something that I believe is even more important than these 3 drinks. If you're sleeping only 5 or 6 hours every night, constantly stressed, barely moving during the day, and eating highly processed foods at most meals, these drinks alone are unlikely to make a dramatic difference. They're tools, not miracles. The real transformation comes when multiple healthy habits begin working together. Think of your health like building a house. Nutrition is one wall. Physical activity is another. Sleep is another. Stress management is another. Regular medical checkups form another. These drinks, if appropriate for you, are like strengthening one section of that house. But no single wall can support the entire structure by itself. So, here's the challenge I want to leave you with. Don't try all 3 drinks tomorrow. That's exactly how people become overwhelmed and quit within a week. Instead, choose one habit you genuinely believe you can stick with for the next 14 days. Maybe it's replacing a sugary breakfast. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk after dinner. Maybe it's trying one of these drinks after speaking with your healthcare provider. Keep it simple. Stay consistent. Then evaluate how you feel. And one final reminder. If you have diabetes, prediabetes, kidney disease, liver disease, if you're pregnant, or if you're taking medications that affect your blood sugar, speak with your healthcare provider before adding new supplements, herbs, or routines. Natural doesn't always mean risk-free, and the safest plan is one that's tailored to your individual health needs. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate your support. Subscribe to the channel because every week we explore practical, research-informed ways to improve your health without the hype. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Tell me which of these 3 drinks surprised you the most, or share what's worked for you. I read your comments, and your experiences often inspire future videos. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.